I sing love into the world. I sing love into the world. Sing with me now. Sing with me now. I bring joy into the world. 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 Sing with me now. Sing with me now. I bring peace into the world. 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 Sing with me now. Sing with me now.
Say hi to your neighbor. Everybody say hi. If you haven't already met.
I sing love into the world. 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 Sing with me now. Sing with me now. Joy into the world. I sing joy into the world.
much. Owen Chow on drums and vocals. Peter Dowse, of course, on electric bass, and none other than Pablo Cardenas on piano. Well, I'm Sheri Hauser, and here we are again at Elevate. I'm filling in for Rev.Lesia Cahoot. For those of you joining us online, welcome. Here we are on another beautiful sunny Wednesday. And thank you to the VTC choir for adding your voice and your rhythms and your breath into this space, blessing this space with your light and your presence. Yay. And to our technicians who make all the audio-visual dreams come true. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Kevin. Now, is there anyone here joining us for the first time? Would you like to stand, please, and we can welcome you properly into the space. There's a tradition we have here at VTC of how we like to welcome our new guests. Is everybody ready? We love you, we appreciate you, and we're so glad you're here. Thank you. So what we are doing here at Elevate is expanding our minds, opening our hearts, and activating our soul. And we do that in this place known as the Victoria True Center, where our mission is to live life lovingly. And this mission was created by Emma Smiley, who ran the True Center for nearly 50 years at its original location at 1201 Fort Street. And she created this ministry that Rev.Lesia has now taken over and so beautifully stewarding into her second year. Soon third as of October 1st. And what we're doing here is reminding ourselves of the truth of who and what we truly are, which is the essence of love. And that's what we're here to celebrate. How does that sound? Everybody game? Yes. I love that. Beautiful. And as we remember what it is that we're here to do and why we're doing it, let's remember where we are celebrating love. We are celebrating the love that we are on the lands of the Lekwungen-speaking people, known as the Esquimalt and Songhees nations, who have been on this land stewarding and protecting this land, nurturing it for thousands of years before my ancestors became settlers here. And I'm so grateful for their stewardship of this land, because without their knowledge and reverence for nature and for the creatures of these lands, they wouldn't have flourished for as long as they have. And so grateful to their stewardship and the fact that they live in finely balanced relationship with the seasons, the lands, the tides, and the seasons of life. These words were taken from the Esquimalt Nation's website, and they're here to remind us that as we gather in ceremony to remember the truth of who and what we are, that is the best way that we can honor their centuries of stewardship. So let's do that all together. Hajka. I'd love to welcome the band to play us a reflective tune. And afterwards, with the music, we're going to stay quiet and not clap, and I'm going to welcome Sherry Murphy to lead us in a prayer following the music.
Mother, Father, God, I thank you so much for this beautiful, loving, reciprocally loving, mutually loving world that you've created. Thank you, Father Sun, Mother Earth, Grandfather Fire. Fire, the energy of our hearts, the energy that connects us to all that there is. Thank you so much for so many teachings, lessons, blessings for all of us. And I thank you to these beautiful musicians. Fire taught that this world was sung into existence. And so music is our creation energy. And that's a beautiful thing. I thank you, Mother Earth, for providing so generously for us, so abundantly, so beautifully. And to all the beings that support and assist that, Father Sun, Grandmother Ocean, all the weather beings. Thank you to the sacred mountains, all the forests, the lands, the animals, plants, and people. For we're all related and we all form this one beautiful planet. We all belong. We all have a purpose. May we live our purpose in beauty, in strength, in courage, in community, in support of all our relations, like our First Nations ancestors used to do. Miigwech. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheri. Pablo, wondering if you want to tell us about the beautiful song.
Oh, it's called Wealth for Elaine from Bill Evans.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Owen, Peter, and Pablo. Thank you. Tuning our attention in now to the frequency theme of July, Rev.Lesia has offered up this affirmation. I tune in to the living frequency of authenticity, allowing the love I truly am to form and inform my experience in every now moment. Thank you. Please be seated. And given that this has been our affirmation now this is our third week, I'm wondering what has been bubbling up for some of our guests that are here again on another Elevate, or for any of our new members that are joining us for the first time. When you see this affirmation about the living frequency of authenticity, it's such an aliveness, isn't it? How you tune into yourself to know what is even happening in the moment. How do you even know what is authentic? What is genuine self-expression all about? And this idea that when you are in touch with the love that you truly are, that it can form and inform how you are being in the world. I'd love to hear from someone. Sheri, you've got something to offer about this affirmation?
For me, it was interesting to read your article, Sheri, about the authenticity being 4 times stronger than love as a frequency.
Yeah.
And I've thought about it a little bit, and I don't profess to have the answer by any means, but it occurs to me that love is the design of our universe. I mean, that has been shown to me, so I trust that and believe that. And so the closer we come to the frequency of love that's the love and the light that we radiate, that is our nature. I believe that's our nature. Mm. And all our programming and our beliefs and our patterns and all that stuff is just deflecting the love that we are. I think that our authenticity is a kind of combination of really that living love frequency and knowing who we are, like what we came here to do, and work and doing that, being that, and yeah. So I don't know, but that's just what occurs to me.
Thank you, Sheri. Thank you for sharing how that occurs to you. Love hearing that. Thank you. Beautiful. Anything from anyone else? Great. Winnie.
I just want to share that I've noticed since coming to Elevate and to Celebrate, I am living the love I truly am a lot. And noticing that each day I'm just loving my days, and they're filled with lots of stuff, but it's a no-brainer. It's going to be a good day. Even though it's filled with, there's grief, there's a lot of things going on, and yet just being authentic and being with it and being present, and it's all connected to people, and they're just lovely. I can't say enough about how grateful I am for this community and being here, having the grounding, each week, and the music. It's incredible, the music. That feels really nice. So it's funny, just living each day in a frequency of authenticity, you really feel, or I really feel, love. I feel it all around me, and I see it in other people too, which is really special. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. Appreciate hearing that. Yeah, I'm hearing that regardless of what's going on, whether it would be typically put in a category of like good or bad, you're receiving it as genuine life unfolding in the present moment, and that you're finding beauty in all of it. Blessings. Thank you. Would love to welcome the Bound back for to play their feature tune this evening. Do you want to tell us what you're going to play for us tonight?
Song by Cole Porter, great jazz composer. And it's called What Is This Thing Called Love?
Bringing down the house. Bringing it down. Woo! Raising it up. Elevating the house. Yeah.
Who's Kelby MacNayr?
Who's what?
Who's Kelby MacNayr?
Who's Kelby MacNayr? Where's our band leader? He's away, and we've got Owen Chow on drums, kicking it. Thank you. Pablo Cardenas on piano, rocking it so hard. And Peter Dowse on electric bass. Thank you so much. Please enjoy a break as I invite Brenda St. Louis to the stage for our featured talk this evening.
I was so honored for Lesia to invite me to speak today, and I was talking to Sheri the other day going, so what do I talk about? What's the theme? I thought it was frequency, and Sheri just gave me permission to just speak about what's alive in me right now and how I have transformed it. So just this past week, I hit the wall. I hit it so hard that I binged television, soothed with food, went into a sugar coma for 36 hours. My partner and I launched a program online that we did everything right. Like we thought we're gonna have brain-heart coherence, we're gonna envision, we had hired this company, we cracked the code, we were finally doing it right. And I was like, we're gonna sell 400 seats into this program. I know it, I feel it. We pulled tarot cards, we had everything set up, and it was gonna happen. I felt it in every ounce of my body. We sold 9 seats. So I was pretty disappointed. And I'd hit the wall, and I was just like, fuck, not again. So if I was just to position this a bit, I have been doing this work for 15 years. I have failed numerous times. I've invested over $40,000 in things. Nothing happened. I have run tons of programs, and they just were like, okay. I never hit the wall, ever, which was so weird because this program was this tiny little $47 product that we created. And so it didn't make sense that I would feel such enormous, helpless hopelessness. But I was done. I was just like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm over. This is done. So at this, I have a purpose in the world. And that's what I'm going to share with you. But we all have a purpose. We all have a calling, right? Whether we know what it is or not, we all have a calling. It could be a mother. It could be a wife. It could be a friend. It could be change the world. It could be tie your shoes. Like, we all have a purpose. Some people have a really clear path to what that purpose is. And others, like me, feel like we're going down a road that's not been created yet. And it's an uphill battle. And I'd have to say over the last 15 years, it's been an uphill battle. But for some reason, I love a challenge. And so my purpose came to me when I was in clown school. I was 37, I'm 53, so it was a while ago. And I got bonked on the head when I was in clown school. And it was like a Pachenko-style clown school. It's very shamanic. It's about like really discovering your inner performer in a lot of ways to create that authenticity for the crowd. And you make these masks. You make 8 masks. You paper mache them. You color them. You put them on. You dress them. And you learn about them. And then you spin them all into one clown. But it starts out with these masks. So you're given a blindfold, and you're making the mask. The teacher whispers something in your ear, and there's 8 of them. Every single time I went into an altered state, making this mask, and I would hear this. No, I wasn't hearing it. It was like vibrating in all my cells, saying, you will transform the consciousness of money into a conduit for love and connection. I'm like, what? I'm $40,000 in debt. How am I going to do that? So for the next 15 years, that's what I did. I threw programs, I studied everything, I had 10 books a week out of the library, I read everything, I got my CFP, I learned everything about money. I never stopped. My first company was called The Wealthy Clown. Not a lot of credibility there. But it's evolved. It's evolved. And I'm doing great work in the world. And I'm driven by it. I'm pulled by it. My mission pulls me until Friday. I was like, I'm done. And the funny thing is, after clown school, about 5 years after clown school, I had a reading by a channel, and she did a bunch of path of life readings. And she did this reading on me, and she channels the line that is your purpose, basically. I'm a visionary soul, and my purpose is to dedicate my luminescence to create a new consciousness among human beings and accept journeying through uncharted territory so that I could guide others to their destination. And I was like, it just hit me that uncharted territory is totally what money and energy and alignment is. And I'm pioneering primarily a new path. That's an understatement. When I first started this, there were no financial therapists in the world. There's a bunch now, but most people have no idea what that is. And talking about energy and alignment and embodiment with money was kind of a foreign concept when I first started. So it felt like I was pioneering on this road, I don't know. So it was spaghetti against the wall for years, going, oh, that's stuck. Okay, let's do that. And I never gave up. I was so fiercely committed. I knew in every ounce of my body that this is what I was supposed to do. And it was unwavering. And many of you might feel that. Has anyone here felt that place where you've had a roadblock and you're like, maybe I'm not supposed to be doing this? Yeah? Anyone? Yeah? Or you hit the wall and you're like, oh, wrong door. Right? And we doubt, right? I never had a doubt until Friday. And I was just, I was crying, I was eating, I was using the fridge as my therapist, and it was like, ugh. So I wake up on Saturday morning having a sugar hangover, my eyes are swollen, I just feel, ugh, and I'm supposed to go see a client. I had a client meeting in the morning, so I'm like, okay, I gotta get my head together. So I sit and I meditate, and I'm like, oh, and all of a sudden I get this memory of a teacher once telling me that when you hit the wall and you're completely exhausted and you're about to give up, that's when you're just about to make the success. And I always heard this, but I'd never hit the wall before because I was like, no, I can do it. I come from farmer stock. I work really, really hard. But I'd never hit the wall until now. So I remember her saying that to me, and I was like, oh, so does that mean I'm really close to success? Because you know that story? Have you ever read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill? He has this story about R.U. Darby, I think, and he was digging for gold. It was during the gold rush. He had gold fever, and he used all his money. He was digging and digging and digging, hoping to find gold because someone told him there was gold there. And he just hit this fault line, and he was like, screw it. I'm done. He sold all his equipment to some junkyard man, and he left. And the junkyard man went, He hired a geologist, came, looked at the fault line, and the geologist said, oh, there's gold 3 feet on the other side of this fault line. And he was a multimillionaire. Because he knew to get the right advice. And Thomas Edison had a quote, too, about, when he was trying to find light, create light. I've not failed 1,000 times. I've successfully found 1,000 ways that will not make a light bulb. He didn't quit when the current process wasn't working. He just kept going. And so those messages were coming to me, and I'm like, okay. I just all of a sudden had this renewed kind of, okay, I can do this. So I go to this client, and it was like we had finished our work together, and they were from America, and they were visiting Victoria. So we met in a coffee shop. Never met her in real life. She's a very well-renowned psychologist, multiple doctorate degrees, published papers and everything, and I had been doing work with money with her. And so she sits in front of me and she starts telling me a little of her story that didn't happen when we were working, where she had psychic abilities and she had a lot of different things and she sees things and stuff. And she was sitting and she said, I've been working with, I've been the therapist for other therapists. I've had therapy my whole life and everything. And no one has ever been able to pinpoint what's been stopping me, and you did it. And I was like, oh, okay, so tell me more. So she was sharing what it was, which is, what she shared was me breathing, pretty much. So it just became so clear to me. And she said, you know, I listen to every podcast there is out there about money. No one's doing what you're doing. You need a podcast. You need to do all of this. And I was like, oh, okay. And I started crying, and I'm like, this is telling me I'm on the right path, okay? So it was like this feeling of truth in my being, knowing that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But I had hit the wall, and I realized that the gold was what she said to me. It wasn't multiple money in my bank account. That will come. But the gold was, she encapsulated what my purpose is here, to transform the energy of money for love and connection. And she said the relationship she has with her daughters and her husband has been transformed because of the work with money. And she was like, I didn't think money would do that. And I was just like, whoa, okay, I got it. So why I say this is that anyone pursuing their vision or their purpose or their mission needs to recognize that when you hit that wall, it means you're close. You're really, really close. And when you have breakthroughs and awakenings and changes in your being, they often happen just on the other side of the deepest struggle that you're going through. And it's like those are the moments to pay attention to. So one of the invitations I would have for everyone here is when you hit the wall, recognize the wall. Don't call it perimenopause. Don't call it burnout. Don't call it adrenal fatigue, it's a wall. And when you hit that wall, it's a sign that you're close. So don't ignore the feelings. Don't let it paralyze you to making any movement forward. Just allow yourself to see it for what it is. You are 3 feet away from gold. The second thing you should do after you hit the wall is you want to look for what's the next step. Because if it's 3 feet, what's the next step? If you can't get out of bed because you are in a sugar coma, the next step is to wake up, take care of your body, do what needs to replenish and nurture yourself so you can take the next step. And then the third thing is don't go it alone. You don't have to do it all alone. There's always people next to you that want to support you. Get a coach, talk to a friend, work with other entrepreneur couples that are doing what you're doing because they're drawn and they're driven. Other musicians that support each other and know what this is all about. So the purpose, your purpose for everyone in this room, whether you know it or not, is calling you. It's calling you. You just have to pay attention. And when you feel that deep pull, remember that you're standing just 3 feet away from the gold. And the world needs that light within all of you to shine. Thank you.
And so with that wise wisdom in your ears, in your body, in your mind, in your soul, what are you going to do with it? You're going to turn and talk to a neighbor and tell them what came up for you. So to all the people who had something to do with making tonight possible, our guest speaker, Denise, who sets up early, Sheri, who does the prayers, our beautiful band, our tech support, would you please all stand? And let's just offer some appreciation for the things that folks do to make this all possible in the way that we love to recognize our supporters. We're all standing. I love this. Here we go. I love you. I appreciate you, and I'm so glad you're here. Thank you, everyone. Let's get into our closing song, Up Above My Head.
Up above my head, I hear music in the air. Above my head, I hear music in the air. Above my head, I hear music in the air. I really do believe the heaven's somewhere. Above my head, singing in the air. Above my head, I hear singing in the air. Above my head, I hear singing in the air. I really do believe there's a heaven somewhere. Above my head, I hear shouting in the air. Above my head, I hear shouting in the air. Above my head, I hear shouting in the air. I really do believe, I believe there's a heaven somewhere. I hear music in the air, up above my head. I hear music in the air, all in my home. I hear music in the air, and I believe true love is there. Above my head, I hear music in the air, above my head. I hear music in the air, above my head. I hear music in the air. I really do believe.